Terima kasih Pak Anies for your thoughtful opening remarks. Selamat pagi. Apa kabar? I'm trying. I'm learning. I'm very glad to be here. I'm going to take the next 15 odd minutes just to build on something that started in the morning with Pa Tanto talking about the North Star for MMA. But it's not just the North Star for MMA, but also I think Pa Anies mentioned the digital evolution. And that's not only happening in Indonesia. It's happening across the world. And this tsunami, if you will, of AI is actually going to change every bit of landscape that we are exposed to as human beings. I'm not going to talk to you about marketing case studies. I'm not talking about use cases, but I'm just here to give you a perspective as we at MMA start to work on AI, the nature of AI, the evolution of AI, the importance of AI. How do we see it? And what does it really mean? Responsible AI, ethical AI, these are important elements in the evolution of technology. And I think we need to be far more aware of what this change is going to present. What I am going to talk about is to talk about the evolution of technology per se, just to give you a perspective and 30,000 view of the technology evolution and what does it take to win with AI. But more importantly, why is it important and what are the consideration sets that we need to have on how it can become a partner in everything that we do, as an intern, as an ally, as a marketing ally. So, if you look at AI, I'm sure everybody in this room has used AI in some form or other. Can I have a raise of hands if anybody has used AI? Most of you, right? Most of you have used ChatGPT, right? And as Sam Altman says in his this thing, that the evolution of ChatGPT is going to be more prolific in days to come. It is going to shape everything that we do, the open AI platform, but that was the start of AI. It was not what that start is. The start of digital, a start of internet actually happened in 1960. But that's not what it was. Internet didn't become internet till 2000 and 2010. So what we are seeing of AI today, we can't even imagine what that will be and how that will go shape. GPT, Chat GPT. How many people actually in the room know what GPT is? Don't do Google search. What does GPT stand for? Anybody? At least one hand. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformers. That's the full form for GPT. It means that everything that you put into the system needs to be trained. That's when you get the answers. Only if you can train it and transfer the content and the knowledge into it, that it will give you the knowledge back. That is what AI is. If you were to simply put it, what does AI do for you? It only generates or regenerates whatever you train them to do. How you train them, how better you train them. If I use ChatGPT in a very casual manner, the answers that I will get is very casual. If I use it in a business sense, it will give me back what it is in. So it's important to know that GPT, the response is based on the learning and the training that you offer to the platform, to the technology. The better we do that, building on what Pa Anies also said, data, privacy, ethical, responsible, these are the things which we as humans need to help build into the system. It is not going to be done by the machine itself. It is going to be done by us. So it makes a very valid attempt on what it is. If you were to think about ChatGPT, and I was doing this, what would it look like? What would an image of a personality of Chat AI look like? In my view, I tried to do it on DALL-E or Midjourney, and this is the image of a personality that I got on ChatGPT. But before I did that, this is what I thought it would look like. Only numbers, only lines, etc. Because at the end of the day, this is a technology. It is not something which has sensitivity or emotions behind it. It's no way close to human. People claim that it will become, but that's very far off. And we still have a lot of work to do to get to that place. This is what the hallucination of AI is in terms of. So, just moving on from that, now that we've understand it's pre-trained and how it works, AI actually belongs to a group called General Purpose Technologies. And I'll spend a minute about what General Purpose Technology is. It's a group which by definition leads revolution and societal changes in the economic landscape, in the society landscape, in the world. General purpose technologies actually help us to build a lot of evolution, whether it was the manufacturing era or others, and it helps in increased productivity. It also is something that helps us to showcase what are the various other opportunities of new job creation. We've been through some of these general purpose technologies in the past. It helps organizations. The text is not very clear here, but displacement of existing jobs, replacing those jobs with new jobs. And that is one of the questions which AI started with. If AI is going to happen, what will happen to my job? It's not going to go away. It's going to get changed. And that's the evolution that we need to be aware of. It also has to have a lot of ethical considerations and new regulations, new policies. These are factors of general purpose technologies that we've lived through as humanity. And in the last 50 to 60 years, we've gone through or 100 years, we've gone through 3 or 4 of these big transformations. AI is just a new one of them. And I'll talk to you about what that means. It helps to build awareness, education, and new way of thinking. In terms of the general purpose technology, the first general purpose technology that we all witnessed was electricity. If you look back, what did electricity do to us as humans? It changed the entire landscape of how we function, what all we do. It opened up avenues of new businesses, new jobs, replacing jobs, etc. Then followed that with internet. We've seen in our lifetime, we've seen general purpose technology, which is internet, changing everything that we do. We can't do our work without internet, without being connected today. And the third phase of that general purpose technology, which we believe, which will revolutionize industries, which will revolutionize homes, is AI. My slides are moving a little behind my speech. But the next decade, if you will, is going to be the revolution of AI. And if you look at it in the context of electricity and internet, it is going to be far more graphic, far more pervasive, and far more important of how this general purpose technology will change that. And how we as humans will have to adapt to learn to use this. It's not going to happen by itself. I was listening to a podcast from a futurist, Journal Leonard, talking about computing, quantum computing. And he had these 3 phases or 3 structures that he was talking about. The blue technology, the green technology, and the purple revolution. And I'm going to share a little bit about that. Coming from the general purpose technologies, the trained technologies, of how the change is going to happen and how it's going to come. So the blue technology, the big blue as we know, is all about artificial intelligence and computing. It's the quantum computing that we all are exposed to. Yesterday, the NVIDIA chairperson was here. He was, CEO was here. He was talking in his speech about the quantum of technology that's going to come into our workforce in days to come. The processing speeds, the new LLM that has been launched only for Indonesia. By the way, congratulations, Indonesia, for being the first sovereign LLM that was announced yesterday. But that is revolutionizing what? It's going to revolutionize the connectivity that we have today. It's going to revolutionize the decision-making capacity that we as organizations, as humans have. And that closely followed with the green technology. From fossil fuels to biotech and climate change. The green technology addresses the needs of sustainability. Companies like Tesla are at the forefront of it. But a lot of us will be partaking in all of that. The green technologies are pushing the boundaries when it comes to, again, saving humanity and the general purpose technology transformation that's going to happen. And the last one, as we say, is Big Purple. The Big Purple is all about humans, prosperity, and purpose. A lot of the brands today work on that ideal motto of being sustainable, doing good, and so on. And that, again, is the landscape that we are going to go through in terms of associating ourselves of how AI is going to play a critical element in all these three revolutions, which is going to change the next 20, 30 years of what's going to happen. So, in a way, the doors aren't closing with these new technologies. They are actually opening, because we will be able to get to do a lot more than what we have done in the past. Let me take a minute to talk about the big blue. Human technology and the blue technology, if you look at it from a human mind perspective, it is all here to collaborate. AI does not exist if humans did not create it. And that is a fundamental point that we all need to be aware of and keep in mind. And as it progresses, as it develops, it is going to be built fundamentally on the training, which is the GPT I spoke about, linking it back, the training that we give and the evolution that AI will generate out of it. So my message here is that AI is a part of you, created by you, for you. And you need to be an optimist to see that opportunity, accept that challenge, and embrace it. It is also no doubt that it's going to be a very powerful tool. It's a tool that can help us do a lot more than what we have seen. And going through the robotics and the engineering and the technology behind it, one thing that we need to keep in mind is the machine. AI is still a machine. Machines don't think. Machines don't understand. And machines don't care. That's the baseline. That will not change, no matter what evolution we go through. These are three things that only humans can do. And only humans possess that intelligence. And there are 8 types of intelligence human possesses. And AI is only one of that, which is logical and reasoning. The other intelligence is not capable. The AI doesn't have the capability to do that. And if you look at that, intelligence, the ability to solve problems, consciousness, the ability to feel things, technology and humans. Humans will and will continue to overrule AI because it's being built by that. And I say that because the instinct is going to be like in the old days, our instinct was to save ourselves from animals. The Darwin's theory. It will continue to build on it. It will not change. You will never like somebody to take over you as a human being. So that fundamental change is not going to happen. Humans have tactic knowledge. That tactic knowledge is very important because it's non-transferable. This is a concept which we all have learned to grow. Tactic knowledge is not transferable no matter what the technology is. It is knowledge based on personal experiences. It is knowledge based on context, based on imagination, based on empathy. And none of these things the technology has. It can't think, it doesn't care, it doesn't have empathy. So this is very personal to human beings, and no technology will be able to replace that. So, my slides. So logic alone is not enough. Without consciousness, it is going to be dangerous. And therefore, the need for responsible ethical AI is going to be very important. So at MMA, we've coined this new term called TGA, which is about training, governance, training, which is all about training the workforce, training the technology, training the skill sets, upgrading your skill sets. Governance is to ensure the benefits of machine that should be delivered, learning algorithms, etc., and accountability, which fosters convergence of both technology and human paradox. So technology, therefore, does not have any ethics. Ethics, we all know, is knowing the difference between what is right and what is wrong. And the right thing to do is what drives us as humanity. One of the examples that I will share, and this is the only image actually I have, is this image created by a human mind using AI. This was a campaign that was done by a federal bank in India, but they were very specific when they released it, that at the end of the campaign, they mentioned it was created by AI, just to be transparent to the fact. And this is where the consciousness starts to evolve, the responsibility of not trying to break the trust that you have. Pani spoke about it. Trust is the biggest currency we all have. If we are transparent, if we are obvious about the fact that we are telling people what it means, then that is what needs to be built. And this is, Federal Bank was a great example of letting the consumers know that it was done by AI, but conceived by a human being. At MMA, we are continuing to build a lot of these practices. We have resources. We've done a lot of research, this generative AI research, predictive AI research. We've done case studies of consumer experience, etc. So there's a lot of content that we are working on. We definitely believe the next North Star, as Sutanto said, is AI for digital. And MMA is definitely at the forefront of that. We've created content, training, material, communities, and educational content around AI. We truly believe we are at the forefront. And in Indonesia also, with the support of the members, the board, we do believe we can bring all of that to the market here so that we can help lead that change. We've built on communities. We have a council of 125 leading brands around the world working with us on what the AI should be. We are focused on measurement, we are focused on content, we are focused on responsible AI, and we are focused on audience and measurement. We can't do everything, we have limited resources, but there's a path that we have that we want to be very focused on so that we can make sure the fundamentals of the technology, the fundamental of the evolution is being catered to. We've done a lot of research. We have case studies, methodologies. You're all happy to log on to MMA and access that. So, with that, towards the end of my presentation, future is a verb, and going boldly means going together. And we believe we can only adapt and embrace this if we are working together. We need to be very conscious of the fact that this is a space which we are not aware of, and a reminder to ourselves that we need to be comfortable with the gray and embrace it, embrace the ambiguity. because nobody really knows what is going to come. But it is there, it is going to happen, and we all need to do what it takes to do. What I will leave you with also is a question is what AI will do to us. And I think it's not about this, the question about what it's going to do to us, but more about how we are able to leverage this technology, how we are able to work with this and help AI do what we want it to do for us. And I think as the day moves, you will listen to a lot of the content and discussion about leadership. You're going to listen about social measurement, etc. Keep in mind, each of those segments, each of those business verticals, if you will, within digital, is going to get impacted with AI. And you need to be aware of it, of how you are looking at AI to actually help you and make it a part of your program and make it part of your aspiration of it solving and helping you remove those challenges. It is critical that you look at it from that perspective, because this general purpose technology, like electricity, like internet, is going to shape the next 40 years, 50 years, and I don't know many more. And it is critical that we understand what that landscape will look like. To be part of that landscape, we need to train ourselves to be part, to embrace it and to learn from it. We've done a lot of research. We have a lot of documents. I'll share a QR code which you can download the latest report that we've done on AI in Asia Pacific, even a report for Indonesia, and I hope you'll find that useful. So with that, thank you so much for your time. I hope this gives you a very high level, broad perspective of the nature of the change that is coming in relation to the changes that we've seen, whether it's electricity, internet, manufacturing, etc., and the fact that it's going to be here for the long term. Thank you so much.